I went to a cat cafe and ignored all of the cats because in a recent video I ignored Kurt to test out the theory that they like you more when you ignore them, but it wasn't a fair test with Kurt since he already likes me. So I went to a place that has plenty of cats and got straight to ignoring them, and right off the bat it felt terrible. Sorry guys. It did feel like a crime. I mean, these cats are just sitting there looking at me and I'm having to ignore them. I want to pet them so bad. I'm sorry, buddy. But this one actually ended up getting closer to me, so the theory might be checking out. The cat even ended up laying down beside me, so I went to a new spot, and shortly after, this happened. Out of absolutely nowhere, crawled straight into my lap, and so as painful as this testing was going, it was working. And since it did, I ended up petting the cat, and that actually made the cat walk away from me. So I went back to ignoring the cats alone at this table, and that's when the cat came right back up to me. Literally jumped on the table. So as crazy as it is, from what I can tell, the theory is true. And don't worry, I ended up showing love to all the cats that I ignored.
Kurt here absolutely hates this couch, and I have no idea why. Every time.
I don't know what's wrong with it. I mean, I love it. I think it's comfortable. We have lived here for over a month and he has yet to get on it. It's my mission today to get him to like this couch. It's not just because it's new. These are new and he's laid in these. Oh! They're yours if you want them.
I don't get it.
I started inspecting the couch. I didn't see anything wrong with it, and I even smelled it.
Smells fine.
I tried laying down to see if that would make him want to come up there.
Whatever, dude.
So my next strategy was using this toy that he always chases after. This should work. Are you kidding me? This is my final resort. This spider toy that he loves.
See? It's fine. I will take it as a success.
Kurt hasn't seen his favorite fish in a while, so we're bringing it back today in a huge way by setting up a pond for him outside. I filled it up with water and put him a little stepping stool beside it, and it was ready to go.
Ooh, there we go. Oh, he's excited. Ready? Okay. All right.
So I brought him outside, and he was curious right off the bat.
The fish. You see him?
He checked them out for a little bit. He even got on the stool, but honestly, he was not even that interested. He just cared more about laying down and exploring outside, and it was super adorable.
Aww.
He's scared.
You've had enough? He's like, let me back in.
But once he had enough, he had enough.
He's an inside cat. You did good. I'm proud of you.
Kurt didn't really use the pond,
Someone's got to use it.
and so I did. Whoever makes Kurt run faster wins, but whoever loses has to eat cat food. But there is a twist. There's a bunch of different items that we can use for each round. We're getting 3 attempts each, and Hagen started for round 1.
Oh, okay.
I'm going spring.
Oh, let's go, Kurt.
Oh, 19.
I'm going with the tennis ball launcher.
Okay.
Oh.
We're still tied.
Comes down to the final round.
Oh.
Sudden death.
The highest one on this round wins, no matter what.
12.
Oh, you went on the wrong side.
It was 12.
We both have to eat the cat food. But here's what Hagen doesn't know. I took the cat food label and I put it around a tuna can.
No, Kurt, that's for us, sadly.
So she thinks we're about to eat cat food. To be fair, it wasn't very good anyway, but since she had cat food on her mind, it was much worse for her. Kurt, thanks for being here. Thank you for your time. So what are your thoughts on the new catnip that came out? I hear the sunbathing spots are a little too hot now, huh? 105 heat index the other day here. Unbearable. I feel you, man. I feel you. So like any projects you're working on, anything coming up? Oh, really? Perfect Pulse? I'll be on the lookout for that. I'm excited to hear more. Well, hey, this was great. I appreciate you coming on, dude. Kurt now has his very own private balcony. As you guys know, his favorite spot to be is on top of the stairs, and this is his room, and he has yet to see what is behind this door in here. And today is the day he's gonna see it. His very own private balcony.
Hey!
He came up immediately to check it out, and he absolutely loved it. You can tell by how much he was meowing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was adorable watching him just look around and take it all in.
Oh, king of the world. Roar, Kurt.
At first glance, this might look like a regular cat tree, but this is what it looks like before it's built, and it also comes with a remote because it's capable of this. A cat tree covered in LED lights. It's pretty insane. It has a bunch of different modes, and you can make it as fast as you want. And it can even play Snake, so I was absolutely thrilled to show Kurt. I had to show him that it was a cat tree. He didn't show too much interest, but he finally went up to it and checked it out, so it was time to show him. And at first, he didn't even see it, but it finally caught his attention. And as you can see with his tail, he was locked in on it. But all he was doing was watching it. He even walked away. He wasn't playing with it, which was my main goal, so I tried again the next day, and he actually discovered it was a cat tree, but still showed no interest in the LED light. So I sat and watched the cat tree play Snake because I thought it was really cool, and yes, I was more entertained by the cat tree than Kurt. So comment some more crazy things I should get for Kurt. How many times can you pet a cat until they've had enough? Kurt was just sitting there looking all cute, and I wanted to pet him, so I got straight to work. And he actually really seemed to enjoy it. I mean, look at his face. He is just taking it all in. 50 down, and at this point I actually did not know when an end was coming. 100. I actually did not think we would get to this point, buddy. And this is an accurate number. I was counting. 31, 132, 133, 150. Shortly after 150, he started moving and getting up, so I knew the end was near, but I got in just enough pets to keep it a satisfying number. The answer is 175. And he moved to just right here, so he was probably just annoyed, and I felt bad, so I put him back on the couch. There you go. I just wanted to pet you. And he went right back to chilling. When you think of a cat, you probably don't think of water, but I found these cat toys on Amazon that involve water, starting with this pool that is actually made for cats. Kurt actually seemed interested. He got in right away, but I had to fill it up with water, and then presented it to him and put the toys in there, and he did this. He played with it, and after shaking his paw off, he played with it some more. It was absolutely adorable, and I was shocked. Kurt was actually playing with a mini pool. So this one was actually a success, but for the second one, I did not have too high of hopes.
Not a promising start.
But after filling it up with water, it did flatten out. Kurt came to check it out. I was trying to show him how it worked, but he didn't seem interested. So I put him on top of it, but he got straight off. He didn't like this one, but he does have his own pool now. Today we found out if cats actually always land on their feet, because according to the internet, they always land on their feet due to their riding reflex. And we're testing that out because here you have Kurt, he's playing, he's getting hyper, he's chasing the toy around, and then here he goes for the big jump. Boom, the apex of his jump. I mean, he is high up here, but with his riding reflex, he should be able to turn his body mid-air to balance himself out. So he starts the descend and boom, there is panic on his face, but his feet are lined up to the ground. So is he going to land on his feet or not? The rest of the drop happens, and as you can see, right on his side. I mean, he looks embarrassed. I was shocked. The riding reflex did not come into play for Kurt here. So there you have it. Cats do not always land on their feet, but he was perfectly fine and continued to have a good time. Do cats prefer a $5 or a $200 scratching post? The $5 one is just for Marshalls, and the $200 one has a built-in LED system, so Kurt's gonna be the judge.
That one is not an option, Kurt.
He started off by ignoring them both and leaving the room, and then when he came back, he ignored them both again and decided to lay in the sun instead and then completely leave the room. So the next day, I set them up in a new room, and when Kurt came in, he actually paid a little bit more attention to him. He inspected the $5 one as well as the $200 one. So after laying down and then bathing himself for a while, he finally made a decision.
Finally.
After a 24-hour study, it is confirmed that cats prefer the more expensive scratching post. Do cats actually like balls of yarn? It's a stereotype that I've never seen in real life, so I wanted to test it out myself. There was so much yarn, but I wanted a ball of yarn, and all I was finding was this oval. I've never shopped for yarn, so don't roast me. So I just got the blue one because that's the color cats can see the best, and I figured I would just make the ball of yarn myself. But this is all I had in 10 minutes. But 30 minutes later, we had our ball of yarn, and the age-old question was about to get answered. And he was actually engaging with it. He seemed to love it, and he even did the wiggle thing that cats do. I mean, he was unraveling this ball of yarn all over the room, and it was really entertaining to watch. So the stereotype is true. Cats do love balls of yarn.
I've never been more happy about a mess.
Is my cat as fast as Usain Bolt? According to the internet, Usain Bolt runs at 27 miles per hour, and a cat can reach 30. So to avoid injuries, we stretched Kurt, and then I got my speedometer out, and Kurt went straight to work.
Oh, 19, not bad.
We did it in this carpeted room to where he would have more traction, but he was getting slower, just sticking around the 19, 18 area. So I brought out the tennis ball launcher, and he just watched it.
Are you kidding me?
So I gave it another go, same result.
He loves this thing.
He actually ran after this toy, but he was not running fast.
I know he is capable of faster. I've seen him do it before.
Kurt did not have it in him today, but at least he had fun.